Hello beautiful peeps, I'm Chris from TechSpert and these right here are the Marshal Monitor 2 headphones, a pair of premium active noise cancellation phones designed to rival the likes of the Sony WHs and those shiny Bose QCs. Unfortunately, the Marshalls are also just as premiumly priced as the Sonys and the Boses as well, at 270 quid here in the UK. I've been using the monitors as my full-time personal headphones for the last couple of weeks now, and here's my final review so you know whether to spunk up that 270 quid on the Marshalls or save it for another pair of premium ANCs instead. And for more on the latest greatest tech, please do plug, subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now first of all, I do absolutely love the design of the Marshal Monitors 2. They definitely stand out from the rest of the noise cancellation crowd. I mean, I do kind of like the simple design here on the Sony WH-3s, but let's face it, they do look rather plasticky, whereas the Marshalls just have a lot more going on. From those embossed cups to the funky rotating metal hinges and of course that lovely bit of headband action, this is a very distinctive Marshal product. And I love how compact the Marshal Monitor 2s feel when you actually shove them onto your head as well. They don't jut out like quite a lot of the really big active noise cancellation efforts. So yeah, they definitely feel like they're a lot more snug, a lot more tightly fitted. They've definitely got serious heft to them though, that's for damn sure. They definitely feel like they're made from premium materials. Although thankfully they're also comfortable to wear even for long periods, even though they do kind of feel like they're very tight and snug. There's plenty of padding around the ear cups and also up here around the headband as well, which is great news if you've got no natural padding from any actual hair. And they are quite comfortable to wear around your neck as well when they're not actually in use, thanks to those 180-degree rotating cups. I do find I have to extend out the necks a little bit though, otherwise they do feel like they're kind of choking me a little bit, which I'm not really into. And when you're completely done with them, you can just fold up the Marshal Monitor 2s like so as well. They fold up into a nice snug little ball and you can just bung them in your backpack or whatever you want. They seem pretty hardy so far, so don't worry about slipping them inside a carry pouch or anything like that. Now pairing up the Marshal Monitor 2s with your smartphone is thankfully dead easy. There's the usual Bluetooth route of course, otherwise they're fully NFC'd up as well, so you can just basically hover them around your smartphone, the two will pair up and then job done. And I've got to say, I absolutely adore the cute little guitar riff that kicks into life every time you turn on the Marshal Monitor 2s as well. It definitely beats that horrible robotic headset on connected. Great stuff. And it's a good bit of Bluetooth 5 action on here. I've had absolutely no problems with the connection in terms of the stability or anything like that, no stuttering. As long as you've got the phone in your general vicinity, you'll be absolutely fine. And the great news is, as well, of course, because it's a Marshal product, you do get, of course, a headphone jack. Hooray! Now, as far as the actual headphone controls are concerned, most of them are relying on this gold knob here on the right cup. So when you want to power up the Marshal Monitors 2, you want to press in and hold that little gold knob. If the knob wobbles at all, then it won't activate, which is really annoying. It can be a little bit fiddly, but eventually you kind of get the hang of it. That gold knob can also be used to pause and play your music, and it can also be used to boost up the volume, bump it back down again, and also to skip track forward and backwards. And I was a little bit dubious, expecting to try boosting up the volume and for instance accidentally skip a track instead, but to be honest it seems to work absolutely perfectly. I've had no issues whatsoever with it. In addition, you've also got two other separate buttons which are discreetly hidden on either cup. One of them is an active noise cancellation button and the other one is a Marshal branded button. That ANC button is fairly self-explanatory. You've got to long press it in order to either turn ANC on or off, depending on its current state of course, and when you do activate it, it definitely makes an impact. It helps to just muffle out some of that ambient sound, some of the irritations such as trains going by, traffic noises, things like that. And you can actually configure the strength of that ANC via the Marshal app as well, which is free to download via Google Play and of course the Apple App Store. Personally, I don't think the ANC is quite as strong as Sony's effort on the WH-3s, but it's definitely up there. It's one of the better efforts that I've tested out, so it'll certainly do the job if you're on a long haul journey or something like that, to just cut out that irritating noise and just put you in your own sort of little self-isolating bubble. Not that of course any of us will be going on any particularly long journeys anytime soon. And one feature that I really love here on the Marshal Monitor 2s as well is the awareness mode. Basically just give that ANC button a quick tap and what it'll do is it'll instantly pause your music, it'll stop the ANC and it'll actually amplify everything that's going on around you. So somebody wants to get your attention to have a conversation or an announcement comes on over the tannoy or whatever, just give that a quick tap. A second later you'll be able to hear everything crisp and clear, and then once it's done you want to go back to your music, just give it another quick tap, everything's back to normal. And this awareness feature is something that the Sony WH-3s also features, works really well in there as well, and it's just as good here. Definitely great stuff. As for that other Marshal button, well, this can actually be configured within the Marshal Bluetooth app, so you can have it either set to give you a Google Assistant update, you can set it to your native voice assistant on your smartphone, or you can use it to toggle between 3 different equalizer settings that you set yourself. As for the actual sound quality, well, it's a Marshal product, so I don't really even need to explain that. It is very, very good audio quality indeed. Definitely fantastic music for listening to, of course, a bit of rock music, a bit of metal, stuff like that. You've got a nice bit of a bass kick, but it certainly does not drown out the rest of the range. And some of those highs did sound a little bit weaker in comparison to the bass, but if you want to, you can just dive into that Marshall app and play around with the equalizer settings. Admittedly, this does seem to have quite a subtle effect on the overall range. It doesn't seem to massively tweak the bass, the treble, anything like that, but it's there if you want it. One of the only issues as far as the specs and features goes is there doesn't seem to be any aptX support here on the Marshall Monitors 2, but I tested out the whole bunch of video content on the likes of Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, stuff like that, and to be fair, the lip syncing and the voice is pretty much in perfect arrangement. I certainly didn't notice any kind of irritating lag or anything like that, and I was really looking out for it as well, just to make sure there was none. And last up, a quick mention on the battery life as well, where the Marshall Monitor 2s once again excel. Marshall quoted us 30 hours with that active noise cancellation turned on, and that definitely seemed to be the case. They lasted me a full week without having to get recharged again with plenty of use. So definitely, if you're going to be commuting a lot, when commuting becomes a thing again, then these will definitely do the job. Same for long haul flights and things like that. And at least you got that headphone jack action if you do lose the battery life for the Bluetooth. So would I recommend the Marshall Monitor 2s? Yeah, definitely 100%. They are expensive is the only problem. 270 quid, so they're right up there with those Sonys, the Bose, all those other really great premium ANC headphones. I do like the style of the Marshall Monitors 2 more than those other headsets. I think probably the audio quality and the ANC slightly better on the Bose and the Sonys, but there's really not much in it. These are a very good pair of phones, decent for self-isolating, and also very strong audio reproduction as well. So that's what I think, but what do you guys think? Definitely be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please do poke, subscribe, ding that notifications bell, and have yourselves a lovely weekend. Cheers everyone, love you!